Hi, welcome to the middle lick section for Stairway to Heaven. Go ahead and tune your ukulele before we get started, and go get your music sheet. It says the middle lick section. It has two verses, not verses, but two chord progressions. Here's one, and then two more at the bottom. Okay. Okay. So it says middle lick section. And these are the chords we're going to go over, the progression. It joins the first verse with the middle verses of the song. It's kind of like a little interlude. Okay, so it's a little fast. The picking's a little fast. I'll try to slow it down a little bit. So let me play the section for you. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that was that first section that you saw, the A minor, G sharp, B, C, D, F, going to the F major 7, and then G and A minor. So let me show you the picking before we go on any further. The picking is basically start with the, I'll do an A minor chord. Start at 2 outside strings, then index, middle, thumb, ring, middle, index. Keep in mind every finger has a string, okay, like we did before. Nothing new. Every finger has a string, and then you can use a baby finger to stabilize, or you don't have to. It's up to you. Once again, I'm playing the A minor chord, and the picking pattern is basically the same thing through all the chords. Here we go. Outside first, middle, ring, thumb, ring, middle, index. Once again, starting from the 2 outside strings at the same time, index, middle, thumb, ring, index, middle. Okay? Once again, outside, down, thumb, ring, middle, index, coming back up. Okay, and then what that does is it leads you into the next chord, same picking pattern, G sharp, B, G sharp, B, outside, down, thumb, ring, middle, index. Next chord, C, outside, thumb, up. Next chord, D, outside, down, thumb, ring, middle, index. Same chordal pattern. F, sorry, that was a finger roll. Down, thumb, back up, ring, middle, index, and then you're going to go to the F major 7. I'll just show it to you quickly. F major 7. And it's on your chord chart, so you need to refer to your chord chart if you need more practice making your F major 7. And I said earlier, slow down. It's kind of retardation, retardal. So you just kind of add a little kind of mood to the song. So you don't have to slow down. You can play it in time, but it sounds neat if you just slow it down a little bit and then do the G A minor. And then after that, it breaks right into the strumming, which are these chords over here. I want to show you the chords for G sus4 and D sus4. We don't have that on the chord chart, and I didn't have room to write it on the board, so let me just show it to you real quick. G sus4, right here. G sus4. You're going to make a G chord, make a regular G chord, and put this baby finger right under that ring finger on the 3rd fret, 1st string. Okay, so make a G chord and put that baby finger right under that ring finger, 1st string. Okay, so in other words, this will be a G chord. You hear the G chord? Put the baby finger down, and that's a G sus4. Okay, if you need to pause the tutorial, practice with it. If you're not used to making a chord, it probably might be a new chord for most of you. So pause the tutorial, play it a few times, get comfortable, and we'll move on in a second. Okay, I assume that you already practiced that. Then we're going to talk about the D sus4. D sus4. So you're going to make a regular D chord, okay? Here's a D chord, and bring that baby finger on the second string, 3rd fret. Once again, D chord, okay? And bring that baby finger on the second string, 3rd fret. D chord, D sus4. Okay, so go ahead and pause the tutorial, work with those two chords a little bit before we move on, and then we'll get started in about a second. Okay, so I assume that you work with the G sus4 and the D sus4, and we can move along. Okay, now this strumming is a little tricky, so let me play it for you, and then we'll break it down. So this is the line that we're playing. Okay, and then you can kind of recognize it because right under here is the wording is ooh, it makes me wonder, and next line, and it makes me wonder. So that's the area of the song that we're talking about. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm sure a lot of you recognize that lick in the song. It's a pretty popular lick that it's a nice hook where you're always going to remember. Okay, so let's talk about the chords. So what it is, it's the G sus4 breaks right into the A minor 7. The A minor 7, there's no hands on the fretboard. Okay, that's one way of making the A minor 7. So here we go. The G sus4. I assume that you practiced it already. So it's one strum. And right into the A minor 7, which is all fingers off the board, okay? All fingers off the fretboard, so. Okay? And then you gotta come on with your A minor shortly after that. Okay? And then there's a little strum with that. We're gonna go into the D sus4 to the D. Once again, G sus4, beginning of the line. A minor 7, A minor, G sus4, D. And what I'm doing is while I'm strumming, I'm lifting off my ring finger off and on, okay, like this, and the strumming. That's what's causing that sound, okay. And then second half of that line going back to A minor to A minor 7 to, here you go, A minor 7 back into the A minor. No fingers off the fretboard. So let me show you from D sus4, A minor, and then the little E minor D C. If you notice, I'm making my C with my baby finger, and that's only because I'm using these 3 fingers to make my D, and it's just this guy here is not doing anything, so it can easily just come down and come back to the D. So that makes that very convenient. Now when you go into the second line, you see that going into the second line, it's a D sus4. So when you're playing the D, it's one strum into the A minor 7. One strum into the A minor 7. One strum to the A minor 7. So I'm doing this. After end of my first line, one strum, A minor 7, then back to the A minor, D7, D sus4, D, second half of the line, A minor 7, A minor, and then finishing up the line. Okay, so you're gonna have to work with that a little bit. Listen to it a few times, back up the tutorial, and then if you need, what you can do is, for you folks who have taken finished all my courses already, in all the courses that we have available, use the cog strum exercise for you to learn the strumming quicker. Or if you haven't taken my courses, what you want to do is you maybe listen to recording of Led Zeppelin and get more comfortable with that strumming pattern, or just back up the tutorial and try it again a few more times. Once again, we want to emphasize that before you even try playing the tutorial, is you want to make sure that you can do all the chord changes smoothly. If you cannot do the chord changes smoothly, it's just going to make the final outcome more difficult, because you'll be including mistakes in your playing. So make sure, so let me give an example. Okay, so let's say, okay, I'm assuming that the first line you pretty much got already. So I'm not going to repeat that. But the second line, the middle line right here with the G sus4, I'm going to do that with you to show you how I would prepare before I even play the song. So what I will do is I will look at the line. Okay, first chord is a G sus4. Okay, I'll make a G sus4. Next chord is an A minor 7, hands off. Next chord is an A minor. Next chord is a D sus4. Okay. Next chord is a D. And then we move on the same line. Okay. Next chord is an A minor 7, hands off. A minor. Then that fast chord break. E minor, D, C with my baby finger. Back to a D. Okay, that's kind of a quick change. So make sure that you can do it, because it's like one strum for each. It doesn't give you much time to change. So once again, make sure that you can do all the chord changes smoothly before you try playing the exercise. Okay, and back up the tutorial, listen to it as many times as you can, and the goal is to try to get this section smoothly before moving on to the next lesson. Okay, once you are comfortable with this lesson, try joining the previous lessons together up to this point, and then once you kind of got that smooth, let's go ahead and move on to the next lesson, and when you're ready, we'll see you there.